And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Downtown Phoenix on a bright and sunny day as we come to you from Arizona. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche la NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Look at the Mavericks. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And checking out Phoenix. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And when I look at Dallas, they were not a team that anybody predicted would be in the playoffs this year. They deserve a ton of credit for turning things around this year.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Evan?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. Doris, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit. Up in the air, just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Phoenix, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. No good. Nice D from Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Top of the key, Porzingis. He gets that one.
Scoring through contact is something Kristaps Porzingis has got to get used to in the NBA. Teams try to get physical with this guy.
Now here's Saric. Booker looking around. Rubio outside. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up at the stripe. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Booker outside. Saric outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Bridges misses. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Here's the floater, and it's blocked.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
And again, it's the Suns missing.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So we'll see Tim Hardaway Jr. go to the line here. It goes on Devin Booker.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Hardaway no good on the free throw line. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
And that one falls for Bridges.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
Spiked away. Charge has the open look. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Dallas leading by 3. Finney-Smith kicks to Cauley-Stein. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
Here's Finney-Smith following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Doncic.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
And he gets one to fall, and now 1 out of his first 4.
Suns trail by 3. Rubio the pass to Bridges. And Rubio kicks to Booker. Lets it go with a 3. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
Here's Saric after Luka Doncic's bucket. Passes to Booker. This one for 3. The Mavericks pull it in.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Porzingis from deep. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Rubio. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Finney-Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic. The teardrop falls in.
There is this fundamental confidence to what Luka does, and those difficult floaters, no problem.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rubio, Porzingis with the block. Hardaway with it. Now guarded by Booker. Out to Porzingis. Over Ayton. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Hardaway. And it's 6 points for Porzingis. Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers. Rubio looking around. three-point range. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And they're on the break. Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop.
And the pass to Finney-Smith. Up top, Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Out to Hardaway. It's blocked. Now here's Saric. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Rubio dishes to Bridges. Ayton, the pass to Booker. Now Saric. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Saric. And then for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. And it's Wright in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's the Suns with the ball. 7-point differential. A nice shot by Booker.
Well, it's 6'6". Let's remember, Devin Booker has enough size to feel confident on the interior.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Kleber kicks to Porzingis. Pass to Doncic. Clock at 6. Shoots over Rubio. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Passes it to Baines. Here's Bridges. Headed by Porzingis. Misses the three.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
The Mavericks have shot just one free throw, missing that one earlier.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Luka Doncic.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Carter finds Johnson. Here's Baines. Carter on the wing. Johnson outside. Over Porzingis. Johnson's shot is off. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Here's Carter. Second chance effort. Diallo, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Wright with the basket on the assist by Barea. Wright's got 5 now.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Baines. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. The Suns, #1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. You know, these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Now, here's Barea taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Johnson. The Mavericks making the shot, and they're able to recover.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Porzingis. 6th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. You talk about bangers in the NBA, Doris, the Australian, Aaron Baines, rugged as they come.
Kev, he is the very definition of an energy guy. This man is a great defender. You get blindsided by one of his picks, you are going to feel it the next day.
Good on the second free throw. Break for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
And it's Wright missing. And it's Okobo with the ball for the Suns. They trail by 9 points. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
You know, there's a balance between that aggression and overdoing it. You can't reach in. These are things officials are looking to call. Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Carter kicks to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. The pass to Okobo. Here's Baines, headed by Porzingis. And it's Carter missing. Mavericks leading by 9. Right wing. Three-pointer right. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
Here's Carter. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Wright. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Carter outside. Here's Baines, guarded by Porzingis. Baines dishes to Johnson. Pass to Diallo. Kleba with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
To the inside, Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Very tough to affect the shot of Porzingis without leaving your feet. And KP, because of that, has the ability to keep them off balance.
For Dallas, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And he makes the first.
Well, what a pleasure to have a 7-footer who you can play through, because Kristaps Porzingis, that nice shooting form, carries over to the free throw line. That is crucial.
Both good from the line that time. 12 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Carter outside to the paint. Here's Baines. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Baines has got 5.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of the NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. DeJuan Wright is out there with J.J. Barea, and it's Curry in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Okobo after the Mavericks pick up 3. Baines passes to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Curry. He can't get that one, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going public with their trade requests. Do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. So he gets them both.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for J.J. Barea. Here's Okobo, guarded by Curry. Carter with the bounce pass. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. And the Suns miss again. And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
Here's Johnson. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Okobo, the pass to Diallo. Here's Johnson. Count it from 12. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
Curry finds Wright. And here is Cauley Stein. Pass to Hardaway. Outside Curry. Let's go. Rebound by the Suns. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Akobo, the pass to Diallo. Kicks to Johnson. Lets the three fly. Mavericks with the rebound. Kleber's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Suns trail by 16. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Okobo. Here's Baines. Here's Okobo. Guarded by Hardaway. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Off target with his 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. The Mavericks 4th.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Carter.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Carter hits them both. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Now Carter, after Tim Hardaway missed from long range. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Dallas gets called for the foul. The Suns have shot 6 or 7 at the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Carter. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Here is Carter. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Carter kicks to Bridges. The pass to Ayton. Carter on the wing. Pass to Bridges from downtown. A new 14 for the Suns. Here's Ayton. Almost, but it rolls out. Dallas leading by 14. Here's Finney-Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Hardaway against Booker. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, there's big-time athleticism when you're talking about Hardaway. Puts it on the deck and relentless move to the cup.
Saric outside. Back to Carter. He dishes it to Saric. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Doncic against Booker. And the Suns miss again. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. Hardaway passes to Doncic. Cauley-Stein with it. Defended by Booker. Here's Finney-Smith. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now here's Saric. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Hardaway passes to Kleba. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 3 assists tonight.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Left side, Saric. Now Bridges. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And it's Ayton missing. Here's Dallas. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Hardaway. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
It's proving very difficult to guard Tim Hardaway Jr. without fouling the guy, especially when he's this aggressive.
The Mavericks have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
2 shots. That's on the first.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And Phoenix making a change here. Rubio's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer. And he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
Now here's Saric. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Ayton inside.
3.
Cauley-Stein defending.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Luka Doncic. 3rd in assists, 6th in scoring, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Now, here's Doncic. Passes to Finney-Smith. Outside Hardaway. Dallas, no good that time either. Suns trail by 20. Here's the break. Here's Booker. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Here's Finney-Smith. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Doncic against Rubio. Tries from 10, and he nails the jumper. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
And Rubio kicks to Bridges. Pass to Ayton. Rubio against Doncic. Rubio the pass to Bridges. Back to Rubio. It's rebounded by Dallas. Kleba's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Finney-Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Hardaway with it. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Curry.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
A nice shot by Booker.
Timeout.
Booker's got 6 points.
I think the improved strength, right? Devin Booker willing to take on the defender, and he wins out.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. And Barea subbed in for Hardaway. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Doncic outside.
Stay there.
And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now the pass to Booker. Inside. Here's Bridges, and it's blocked. Doncic against Booker. Doncic, no good. Suns trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barea. Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders. At small forward, Mikal Bridges is second.
I mean, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players. I mean, they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
Yeah, defense a huge point of emphasis for each of them. And it doesn't matter whether they're on the ball, as the steals suggest, or off the ball situations either. They are as active a group of defenders as you're going to see.
Here's Barea after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Barea the pass to Doncic. They double him with Booker. Here's Barea. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Hit. One shot.
And nice to see the strong inside game they're playing this quarter.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Diallo comes in for Saric, and it's Johnson in for Mikal Bridges. And then for Dallas, DeLon Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Curry against Booker. Now, here's Rubio. Not a lot of room. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now here's Barea. He's got 5. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. That free throw good from Barea.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
Now here's Booker. He has 6. Porzingis with the block. Here's Diallo. And here is Curry. And Curry with the stuff.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
And here are the Suns now. The Mavericks making the shot. Diallo finds Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Back to Diallo. Looking to end the run. It's good. Now here's Barea. 8 points for him. Out to the right wing. 3 seconds left. The shot will not fall. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together some excellent possessions early. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. You got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Phoenix has possession. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges and Šarić make up the forwards. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Here's Doncic. Devin Booker picking up that last basket.
Watch the screen.
Shoots from 14, and yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And 12 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
Pass to Ayton. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Booker against Hardaway. The drive by Booker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Two.
Free throw good, Booker. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, Devin Booker has proven to be a capable shooter from every spot on the floor, including the free throw line. This guy has become a must-watch.
And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Phoenix. On Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one.
Shooting
and
two.
they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
First free throw is good.
There is so much to love about Kristaps Porzingis. Over 7 feet, sweet shooting jumper, but aggression. This guy will back down from no one.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Doris, Porzingis not only quick to adapt to the NBA game, but also the culture.
I think it helps, Kevin, that he got tutored in the English language starting in grade school. And think about it, Kevin. This man wore his hair in cornrows back then, emulating the NBA players he saw. So both linguistically, culturally, and basketball-wise, it wasn't too big an adjustment for him.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Rubio, the pass to Šarić. He kicks it to Bridges. And here's Booker from the arc. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
These types of shots speak to the confidence of Devin Booker. Catch and shoot, no problem.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker, he's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's right around 29 points a night, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Rubio against Doncic. Rubio the pass to Ayton. Booker in the post. Over Hardaway. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Devin Booker has got a 70-point game in his history. He is cooking. You might want to check him tonight.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Porzingis looking it over. Here's Doncic. Cans it from short range. Doncic has got 14 points.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Booker in the corner. Wing shot on the way. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Booker's got 11 in the second half. Hardaway kicks to Finney-Smith. Now, Cauley Stein. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Doncic. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Pass to Bridges. Cauley Stein against Ayton. Back to Bridges. The dish to Rubio. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Ayton. That one doesn't go. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
Hey, set KP. Take a ball, KP.
The pass to Porzingis. Now here's Doncic, covered by Rubio. And he comes up with the deuce. 16 points for Luka Doncic.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Booker. Connects in the foul line jumper.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
Mavericks leading by 20. Here's Doncic. 16 points for him. Porzingis inside. Defended by Bridges. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
And with Porzingis, as Doris, you mentioned, that energy he has is contagious.
Well, he is the prototypical modern NBA big, right? Porzingis can run the floor in transition. He can face up and shoot with range. He can put it on the deck, and he can play out of the post. What more could you ask?
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Porzingis. And here are the Suns now. Here's a Kobo. Saric outside. Pass to Bridges. 5 to shoot. Back to Carter from deep three-point range. Great D that time from Hardaway.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Yep, that one goes.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's a Kobo after Luka Doncic's bucket. With some arc, and it's a Kobo missing. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Right side Hardaway. Puts it up. And it's Dallas with another.
Well, how pretty is the shooting form of Hardaway Jr.? This guy is on point.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's a Kobo. Passes it to Bridges. Here's Ayton. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines comes in for Saric. And it's Johnson in for Mikal Bridges. And Dallas with a change here too. Lights checked in. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Doncic with it. He's got 18.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Cauley Stein. And Curry subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Porzingis against Ayton. Shot from the top of the key. Dallas again missing. The Suns shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Carter looking around. Pass to Okobo. He kicks it to Baines. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. They could use a bucket. It's good from long range. Johnson's got 5 now.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Outside Curry. And there's the pass to Doncic. No good on the shot. And it's Okobo with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Knocked away. Doncic with the steal. From the high post. 2 points. That one goes. Doncic has got 20.
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
Here's Okobo. Here's Johnson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The 2K leaderboard shows us who the top assist men have been since the All-Star break. Number 1, Luka Doncic.
Wow, he's taken his passing to a whole new level. His court awareness has really improved as we've gotten deeper into the season.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Johnson. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Here's Okobo, and that's a foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Suns making a change here. Johnson finds Rubio.
You got him.
Pass to Baines. Now Diallo trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Shoots over Curry, and the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got 9.
Come on, who doesn't like the turnaround jumper, especially when it's taken with that kind of precision?
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Barea. For Phoenix, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Passes to Diallo. And here is Johnson. He's got 9. 5 on the clock. Pass to Baines. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. He has 7.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Now here's Barea. He's got 10. There's the pass to Wright. Count that bucket. Phoenix has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Rubio, the pass to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Rubio kicks to Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Well, the mechanically sound shooting form of Devin Booker on display. That is pretty.
Barea, the pass to Curry. Pass to Barea. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barea's got 5 points now this quarter.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Booker. He's got 22. Now here's Rubio. Clock at 6. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 9.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Passes it to Wright. Dishes it to Barea. Out to Porzingis. Takes a 3. Booker pulls it in. Suns trail by 21. Rubio outside. Back to Booker. To the middle. Looking to end his cold spell. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Wright. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists now in this one. Phoenix has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Pass to Baines. Kicks it to Rubio. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Ricky Rubio makes great use of the mid-range. This is right in his comfort zone.
Now the pass to Porzingis. Down low. And stolen by Diallo. Rubio with it. Now Wright defending. Rubio misses. Dallas leading by 21. And Wright, here we go. Basket good. 17 points in the game.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty pass. Barea is a spark plug, and he seems to make his teammates better whenever he's on the floor.
And Booker kicks to Johnson. Here's Baines, guarded by Porzingis. And the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a job punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Barea against Rubio. Good.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
Here's Booker. Drops in the layup for 2. Booker's got 18 points just in the second half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Mavericks, DeJuan Wright is out there with J.J. Barea. Then it's Curry. Then there's Porzingis. And it's Kleba in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Porzingis.
This is not a young man you want to send to the line. Booker's already a lights-out foul shooter.
Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
And the second free throw, good.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
Curry looking around. Out to the right wing. Kleba, the pass to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I love the aggressiveness of Seth Curry right there. Despite that frame, guys, he is not afraid of getting fouled.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Curry. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Now here's Booker. Here's Baines. Not going to go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Wright. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Some changes for Phoenix. Saric has checked in for Diallo, and it's Bridges in for Johnson. And Dallas also making a switch. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Seth Curry. Good on both. Doris, do you have high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season?
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom 3 teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said. Here's Saric. The Mavericks making the shot. Suns moving the ball around. And Booker kicks to Rubio. And the Suns miss again.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Got a hand on it.
Wow, Mr. Rubio twice on the pipes. His team is loving it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Here's Finney Smith. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. A nice shot by Barea.
I'll tell you, J.J. Barea has the ball on a string. Listen, we know he's got a diminutive size, but his movements on the dribble, that's a big man's game.
Here's Baines. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Right, Porzingis. Barea against Rubio. Right outside. With the floater, and it's good on the way in. Wright's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
And Rubio kicks to Booker.
Rubio.
Pass to Baines. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Shooting two.
And the first one drops. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Lee's subbed in for DeLon Wright. That one is no good.
You think back to after the trade from Philadelphia, Dario Saric had a hard time getting settled in with Minnesota. They started him in a bench role, and it wasn't until he became a starter that you saw his productivity increase.
Now here's Barea. It's deflected. LaQ. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Here's Jerome. Out to the wing. Here's Ayton. But they recover it. Misses off the left iron. Kid Gilchrist inside. Charge is there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Saric. And Doris with Saric coming off the bench is something he's done in the past. But he had better results as a starter last season.
It would appear to me he is much more comfortable as a starter. His shot seems to come a little bit easier. The floor spacing this young man provides is a huge plus for his team.
Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcast, we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Now here's Ayton. Passes it to Jerome. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Okobo, covered by Lee. From deep. They get the rebound and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor. Well, if it's possible for a #1 overall pick to go under the radar, then I think that's what you'd say about DeAndre Ayton last year. Doncic stole the headlines, certainly, but DeAndre Ayton had a big-time start to his career.
Two.
And he can't get the first one. And the numbers that Ayton put up as a rookie, very impressive.
Well, DeAndre Ayton said the lack of attention didn't bother him at all. This guy showed he can be a focal point on both ends, and he's only going to get better with more repetition.
Good on the second free throw. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, #1, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure.
Take a break.
But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And he knocks down the first one. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Phoenix has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Pass to Jerome. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Lee. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, Courtney Lee is a smart, strong veteran, taking it right to the defense.
And it's Okobo with the ball for the Suns. Sharch looking around. LaQ. Good on the triple. Now Barea. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And so it's Dallas with it. After the Suns pick up 2. Shot clock at 3. Shoots. Rebound by the Suns. Sharch passes to Jerome. Back to Sharch. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Jackson. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Lee outside. Barea with it. That's tipped, but they'll get another chance. Dallas again missing. Phoenix has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Sharch, and the layup's good off the glass. Sharch has got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, what determination from Dario Saric. So good at being aggressive around the rim.
Lee dishes to Barea. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
And the Mavericks call time here. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year convo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And, guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
Coming into this game, he had been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And the shot is good. And it's 29 points for Devin Booker.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
The pass to Doncic. To stop the drought, and the layup is up and in. Doncic has got 22.
And, boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
Here's Saric after Luka Doncic's bucket. Rubio with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Looking to get it going. Tries again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
DeAndre Ayton, a quality free throw shooter, so you love to see him create opportunities to get there.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw drops for Ayton. Ayton hits them both. Mavericks leading by 18. And here is Wright. Pass to Finney-Smith. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And Saric kicks to Bridges. Booker, with no one around, drains the three-pointer. Booker's got 32 points.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now here's Saric after Luka Doncic's miss. Saric passes to Booker. It's good. Booker's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, just tremendous focus from Devin Booker. On the interior, it matters not if he's facing size. Look out.
Right with it. Guarded now by Rubio. And Wright kicks to Finney Smith. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 15.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Dallas.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now, here's Bridges. Ayton with the bounce pass. Just 5 on the clock. High post shot. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Porzingis passes to Wright. Here's Finney Smith, defended by Booker. Pass to Porzingis. Some solid defense from Ayton. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.